The way now. The Borough lead this one by 34 points. Panham tried to get to front spot, not controlling it, but was held anyway without the footy. So Panham's going to win a free.
He's also been very good today as Ben Panham in the middle of the ground. Just fought hard the entire day.
He's been winning plenty of clearances for his side this afternoon. And it's been a key figure to why they've got the lead they do. He's looking towards the McCubbin direction, picked it up on the bounce, faked the handball and just slammed it onto the boot inside 50. Phelan takes a great mark in front of Lane Sinclair. And here's another one of those tall forwards that can really threaten when he's on early. It's fantastic to see. He's had his opportunities, hasn't hit the scoreboard just yet, but a great one for the future for Thomas Phelan.
You're right about Ben Panham, Jared. I think in that third quarter he had about 3 or 4 score involvements inside that first 10 minutes for Greensborough. Just that link up in the middle of the ground has been crucial today.
Phelan comes in, close to the man and a mark. It's going to go across the face, and he'll go through for a minor score. And they move to 12-15, 87. So a bit inaccurate today from the Borough. Meanwhile, Eltham are very accurate, but just 8 goals for.
Greensborough have always been a side like that, as we said. They're a high-scoring team, but they've always just got as many scoring opportunities on the board as possible as Eltham bring this one out of defence. Wachinga takes the mark right in front of our commentary position. Short kick to Montanaro. He gets a handball off to a teammate there. And now look to go towards the forward 50. Mark is almost taken, but eventually comes down to the Greensborough defender, Nathan Delaney. And now a kick across the ground to Charlie Bowes. He's going to go down the line. McCubbin's there. Goes over his head. Sinclair checking him. McCubbin spins Sinclair around. Sinclair doing well to hold on to that tackle. McCubbin handballs forward. Phelan's going to be the first of this one. He'll pick it up. Handball back to McCubbin, who can't take clean possession. Just paddles it. Bowes takes it. Snap towards goal from the forward pocket. Just out to the left-hand side. But they've still got a bit of run in their legs, do Greensborough.
Is that Ferranado? Or?
No, it was Bowes, I think, that may have had that behind, but
it doesn't really matter because it was only a behind, unfortunately. So we'll give it to Charlie Bowes, I think. But Eltham will look to bring this one out of defence, and the kick does find Donaldson, who's going to look to move the ball on as quick as possible.
Goes down the line. Byron's got a couple of beat in the air. Goes to ground level. Sullivan, here's handball intercepted by the Borough, though they aren't able to control it either. Furlong keeping it forward. In their heart is Montanaro as well. Gets it back from his teammate and then just absorbs the tackle inside the forward, inside the square. Is Matty Byron pulling up for a little bit of cramp as well. You could imagine it's been that type of day between the taller players of this game. And it'll be cleared away by the Panthers, although only momentarily. It's going to be picked up now. It's a chance for Fitzgerald, who handballs it inside 50. O'Dwyer Richards got the hands across, and a snap-on goal this time. He's going to go out of bounds on the full, and that was this time Christian Ferranado with that kick, and not to be. So Wachinga, of course, part of that premiership team last year.
That went in the
was Luke Wachinga. I believe he might have been injured.
Yeah, he
yes.
injured his shoulder. I think had to head off to hospital in that grand final. So it was an unfortunate way, but he's got the premiership medal around his neck. Anyway, the long kick out of defence for Eltham does go to Collins. He's going to go inboard. Had Waldron there. The Greensborough defender came from nowhere from behind to spoil that one. Panham paddles it forward. Can't take clean possession. And now Eltham looking to take it. Looks like Byron had it. His handball finds a Greensborough opponent. And now the Borough looking to move it forward. Bowes just trucks through a tackle and then kicks it inside forward 50. There's a man taken down by the defender in Sinclair. No free kick paid, and I think Culligan in the last line of defence takes possession and wrapped up deep in that forward pocket. Umpire will call for it. Now players just having a bit of a chat. Get deep in that forward pocket.
With these weather conditions, the last thing you want to do is get into a scuffle. You'll be absolutely lacking of energy by the end of that. So I just want to get this game done, but Greensborough still threatening to bring more scores to the board. Trying to get to O'Dwyer Richards, not controlled by Ayres. Great forward pressure though from the Borough. They're going to win another free kick. O'Dwyer Richards with a great second effort. I think it might have been that won the tackle. And there's going to be, again, a bit more conversations to be had between the two sides. And we're going to see another opportunity for the Borough. And it's going to be Zach Hart with a shot on goal on this occasion. Yet to kick a goal at senior level, Zach Hart. So this is going to be a good opportunity for him to get his first as his side lead by 36 points. Rare opportunity for the 23-year-old. He was best in 10 of 15 games last year. Certainly more than serviceable across that half-back line. Took a great mark at this ground against Hurstbridge in round 17 last year, but this is for his first goal in his senior career. He comes in, and he's just missed to the left-hand side. And moved to 12-17-89. That was Greensborough, Eltham 8-4-52.
So the kick out of defence does find Waldron, who's done well to stick into the long sleeves all day.
Great effort.
And his kick short does find Bronson Glasgow. He's going to go out of defensive 50. There's just the target, the big fly over the top, and unrealistic attempt has been paid against Deacon Lawler. And there was a tackle further up the ground against Jack Johnston, which has left him second best. And still hunched over is Jack Johnston on the ground, so hoping the best for the Greensborough captain. There's now Montanaro has the ball on the wing. He's going to go inboard with the kick. Can't find a target on the full, but does eventually get to Furlong, who will handball back to Bronson Glasgow. He's set upon straight away, gets a handball back to Furlong, and now inside at forward 50, and a strong mark is taken by Byron for the Panthers. So another shot on goal. We know he had a big second quarter, but Matthew Byron will look to get another goal, kick his fourth of the day. Man on the mark, standing about 40 to 45 metres out. It's good to see Jack Johnston back up on his feet and going to keep playing this game out.
Byron's chipped it to a teammate and closer to goal. I believe that might be Stafford on the outer side. But it's an opportunity nonetheless for Eltham to try and get one back. Only the 2 goals for him since half-time, so they've been hard to come by for the visitors. Starts his approach now, right on the boundary. That's a pretty good-looking kick. And it's a goal. Excellent finish. Eltham do get one back. Now, we'll need a lot more if they're to get back into the game, but nonetheless, it's an important goal for the Panthers.
Minahan it was.
So Minahan gets the goal for Eltham, and as a result, they move now to 9-4-58. Greensborough are 12-17-89.
So it's been a respectable day for Eltham. Obviously, the first game back up into Division 1 after a 7-year absence. To stay within 5 or 6 goals of this Greensborough side is, you think, a good effort for a young team of Eltham, especially with the coach Tim Bongetti, as Greensborough get the kick out of this centre clearance, and Ben Quainer does stand strong in defence for the Panthers. It's been good today.
So
Kicks it to David Evans. And now going forward for Eltham. Montanaro has it at centre half forward. He's going to go inside at forward 50 and does find a target there. And then it's Jason McCormick. So he's kicked the 1 goal today, has McCormick. Probably
played a lot more up the ground, though, today, I feel.
He has, and yeah, he's been a bit quieter inside forward 50 than we would have expected. But as you said, roll further up the ground, kick 1 goal, 1. Now has a mark deep in the forward pocket. And he's going back confidently, just as Zach McCubbin did from the similar spot in that third term. And look to send through another goal for the Panthers. Sends it on its way. It's just not going to make the distance, fade out to the right-hand side. Eventually it is spoiled and has hit the behind post, so it will be a throw-in.
Deep
Inside.
into the fourth quarter, at Laylaw Reserve. Epping 14-16-100. Laylaw 8-5-53. So looks like the Blues will get their first win of the season this afternoon at Laylaw Reserve. Meanwhile, Greensborough looked to transition. Smith got it away to Andronako. Couldn't spin out of his way on this occasion. The Borough under a bit of pressure through Eltham. They try to get it forward, but it's going to be a free kick to the Panthers, which the umpire won't let advantage be, because Byron was on his own in the goal square and was looking for his 4th, but it's going to go all the way back to centre wing, and Ben Quainer, who, as you said, Joe, has had some nice moments today for sure in that defensive half, and if they can have him for a fair way of the season, I'm sure they'll be very useful inside the defensive half.
And they've trusted him with kicking duties for most of the day, so it just shows how much they do trust him in that defensive 50.
Great spearing ball that was from Quainer inside 50, and now a chance for McCormick again to kick his 2nd of the afternoon. You can see them all get around to Quainer too, which is a great sign. First game for the Panthers, and chance now for McCormick, who has gone a fair way back in his run-up, but he starts his approach now. Will kick from about 45 out from goal, slight angle to speak of, maybe just outside 50 in fact. distance is okay, but he's missed to the right-hand side. And that's 9-5-59 for Eltham. Greensborough 12-17-89, so an even 5-goal margin. Zach, what do you make of Eltham's performance today, and how do you feel they'll take away from the game they've produced so far?
Well, I think for the majority of the day, I think we've seen a lot of signs of where Greensborough have just had that little edge of advantage, and I think that's mainly been in speed and more composure around when they had the footy and being able to make the right decisions at the right time. I mean, as we were mentioning before, Quain has been fantastic for Eltham skills-wise, but they've only had one of those players, and he's been deep in back 50 for the majority of the day. So I feel as though that's probably something, as the season goes on, maybe Eltham might need to improve on.
McCubbin inside 50, off hands, a lot of numbers around the ball, no one able to get it cleanly. They were looking for an in-the-back free there for Danilchenko, but not to be, so it's going to be a ball up. And despite the margin, still a bit of argy-bargy. Ball gets tossed up. Tap behind from Smith, almost worked for Ferronato, but it'll be cleared by the Panthers right in front of our commentary position. The bounce forward many. Donaldson on ground level. Greensborough looking to get it out. Still a chance. Opportunity again for Ferronato, who's caught high. That's Christian Ferronato. Bongetti just letting him know as well that maybe fortunate to get that, but Christian Ferronato, of course, the Northern Knights best and fairest last year. 5th in the Morris medal as well. Ferronato, fair way out from goal. Maybe 65 out, so he's looking to set this one up. And that's going to go through for a minus score. And that one goes to 12-18-90. Eltham 9-5-59. A few pleasant shoes exchange between Tim Bongetti and Christian Ferronato, but it'd be Quainer to take kicking duties, and this time it's almost intercepted by Luke. It's going to be get by Chocker, who's caught high, and Chocker's going to have that one at half back. So Chocker called to play on. He's going to look to go inboard with this kick, and it's going to be given away by Schutz. And that's going to be Greensborough ball about 60 out from goal. And, well, he may have apologised before, Tim Bongetti. Not sure he'll be doing so now. Greensborough with possession of it again. You can see the player who's still in him, Tim Bongetti. Apologise for any language that's come through. Stellis wins the handball receive. Umpire's going to make him go back on his line.
So it has been a rough couple of minutes for this Eltham side, just giving away a couple of free kicks that they probably shouldn't have. And now Ethan Luke will have it on half-forward flank for Greensborough. So Eltham have a huge representative inside their defensive 50, just looking to quell any more scoring that Greensborough look to get on the board. As Luke just assesses his options inside. Doesn't see anything that he likes, so you assume he's just going to send this one as deep and as high as possible. Sends it to the hot spot. Big fly at the back there. Eventually does come out for Eltham through Stafford. It's a long kick, but the only man standing under it is Jack Johnston. He's going to go back to Stellis. He's going to get over to Aidan Delaney, who'll send a kick inside forward 50, and McCubbin does take the mark. A beautiful kick from Aidan Delaney just to pull it at the last second across his body. And McCubbin marks 48 metres out from goal. And we'll look to send through his third of the afternoon.
Slowly got himself into the game today, Zach McCubbin. Started quiet, but once he got his hands on the football, you could just see the influence starting to grow as the game went on. But he's going to be a pivotal player for this Borough side if they're to return to finals in 2024. And a 2-goal performance has been a nice way for him to get back to things. Can he make it a 3-goal performance? He certainly can. Great finish from Zach McCubbin. And that is goal number 100 in Greensborough colours for the forward. And that just might seal things up here for the home side. 13-18-96. Eltham 9-5-59. 14 and a quarter minutes into the final term. And it looks like the Borough might be able to hold on from here with a 37-point advantage. At this stage, it's a 47-point lead to Epping in their Good Friday clash as we tick towards the final stages of that game. But Greensborough with 31 scoring shots to their favour. Maybe been a little bit flattered by the scoreline, but nonetheless, Greensborough will take plenty of confidence. And I'll tell you what, I think both teams are going to be happy they get next week off. They would be absolutely spent after this afternoon's game with the warm conditions. Back in the middle, though. It's going to be cleared away by Panham once again. Although the mark dropped by Ayres, didn't bounce well for him. There might be a chance for Farinata. The handball was just missed. Panham, McCubbin in there too. Can he get there first? Eltham really did well there. Shoot should be able to clear it by hand, and he does. Now a chance for Ayres, who just stopped for a minute, went down the line, and he's kicked it straight to Johnston. Jeez, and he is just having a field day with his intercept marking at the moment. That's why he's the skipper. That's why he's won back-to-back best and fairest. And then just as I say how good he's been today, he gives that one straight to Culligan, and he's going to go towards the wing, and he finds McCormick. And he'll look to play on for the Panthers inside.
He's going to go inside to Byron, who takes the mark. 3 goals today has Matthew Byron. And he's going to send a low one towards forward 50. It is picked up by a teammate there. And can't get a kick out as Andrew Starlis picks this one up for Greensborough. The handball backwards does find Johnston. He's going to go with a long kick out of defensive 50. It bounces, eventually does find Daniel Farinata. He can't pick it up cleanly and now bounce out of bounds for another throw in. So we're just about to go 16 minutes into this final term. And we'll have a throw in right in front of the Eltham interchange gates. And it looks like it will be McFawn up against Evans in this ruck contest. Evans McFawn able to get to the front and actually claim that one out of the ruck. Gets it down to Panham, who is wrapped up immediately. So yet another stoppage.
Ball gets tossed up. Both high flying, but Evans got the tap and it'll be cleared by Donaldson. And almost the mark taken on that occasion by Aidan Delaney, but it'll be a stoppage instead. So 17 minutes into this final term. It is a lead of 37 points to Greensborough. McFawn with a two-handed tap. And it'll be another clearance here for the Borough. They're going to swith through the middle of the ground. Looking for Phelan. Was nudged under it. And a good mark taken by Culligan. It's going to go towards the wing. Sullivan will get there. And he takes the mark. Sullivan looks inboard. A nice kick here for Glasgow. This is Watson Glasgow. Not many options for him. Goes inboard again to shoot inside the centre square.
You can hear the Eltham coaches on the bench just say, take the game on. Yeah. They've got nothing to lose at this point, so why not just get it forward at any cost as Shoot gets it over to Culligan, who gets it to Sinclair, who's going to go to the outer side where there's a player in Chocker who sits. He cramps up as he goes up for that mark, so just allows the Greensborough defender a free ride, but his kick intercepted by Sinclair. Umpire called play on, it looks like. There wasn't...
Hold the ball.
Might have been touched, so Sinclair is caught holding the ball, and now Greensborough going inside forward 50, a free shot at goal, and it is Ethan Luke who converts. And his second goal of the day. Greensborough's 14th, and they crack triple digits. 14-18-102 Greensborough to Eltham, 9-5-59.
43-point margin, and that's the tale of the day, really, Zach. They've been able to have plenty of opportunities at goal, and they've been able to make the most of a few of them, but you just feel like they've outclassed Eltham in more ways than one today.
Yeah, and I think you got to give a lot of credit to Greensborough. What they're doing up the field is putting Eltham under so much pressure. I think something I've written down for this quarter, they've just needed to move the ball quicker from D50, and they haven't been able to for the whole quarter. The Panthers, it's giving the Borough so much time to set up and then just get repeat injuries. It's the pressure. It's putting Eltham under so much pressure. They're cramping up everywhere. They just can't go with them today.
In the middle then again, McFawn with the tap. This time it will be cleared by the Panthers. They go towards half forward, off a couple of hands. Panthers should be able to retain possession at ground level over to Waldron, who sets sail for goal, and it's going to go through for a minor score. Just their sixth behind of the day, Eltham, but they are 42 points down despite it. 96-60. Eltham, Greensborough 14-18. 102. Seavers in the back pocket. So Eltham's streak of 4 consecutive Good Friday wins looks like it's going to come to an end this afternoon. The Borough giving them a bit of a welcome back to the top flight as they take the mark, and it's Aidan Delaney who's got it. Still defensive side of the wing. Brindley, terrific today. You just feel like if they were fortunate enough to have him through the entire season, Tom Brindley, well, Greensborough side just has another dimension to it. Evans out the back, dropped the mark, but has time to assess his options. He's going to handball to, he's got a few teammates there, and it was no one able to communicate on that occasion. Ferrinato got it over to Bose, shrugged the tackle. He's going backwards, but is able to spin both, and then inside 50 he goes. Sinclair, strong grab inside defensive 50, and he'll look to go through the middle to Waldron, but can he find options? They'll start to move things again. Minahan in the middle of the ground. Minahan called to play on, trying to take that game on, as Tim Bogeni's been saying. It was a good kick in the end to find Glasgow. And he sends it towards the top of the goal square. Brindley, and that's going to be counted as a mark. Fantastic grab from Tom Brindley. Well, he's almost got best on ground on us too with his terrific intercept marking. He's going to go towards the outer side, and the Borough will keep trying to find the goals.
They definitely will. Handball over the top to Glenn. He's going to go further forward to Smith. Takes the mark forward off centre wing for the Borough. Just slows things down. And now we'll send a long ball inside forward 50. A couple of players flying. McFawn is there for the Borough. Can't take it cleanly. And now Ferrinato's just going to go chip kick to the top of the goal square. Evans is going to lead his opponent to it. Gets the handball out in the Glasgow direction. He picks it up and gets it to Chocker, who goes further forward to Waldron, and now you can hear the Eltham bench just telling them to go. Waldron takes a bounce in the middle of War Memorial Park, gets a handball over to a teammate, and now going further forward, gets it to Collins, and it now goes back to Malloy, who sends a kick inside forward 50. It's not to the favour of his forward, and now eventually finds its way out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in inside forward 50 for the Panthers. It is a 7-goal margin here in favour of Greensborough. 21 and a half minutes gone in this final term, as play will be restarted deep in the Panthers forward 50. There's a boundary umpire finally gets there. It's a tough day for the umpires as well, running up and down War Memorial Park in the sun. It's a great start to the season here in Melbourne Greyhounds Division 1. Play restarted once again. Collins does get the tap down. Now it's kicked off the ground by a Greensborough midfielder. It's going to be intercepted by Eltham. Bo's able to intercept the handball, and he's legged, so he'll get a free kick at centre half back.
Bo's another one of those players with VFL experience as well, and has been very serviceable for his side. Looks to go towards the outer side. That kick's going to be too far for his teammate in Brody Glenn. So, from what you've seen today, Zach, this Greensborough side, are they a finals team? I mean, this time last year they had a big win over McLeod, but weren't really able to go on with it after the halfway mark of the season. Can they build some momentum from this result?
I think they can. I think defensively you want to look there first, and when you've got players like Angus Sievers, Brindley, Johnson, holding it down back and being really key figures down there, making it hard for opposition forwards to get going, I think that's a really good starting point, and I'll get on to the second one after this passage.
As Glenn goes inside 50, the kick's going to be cut off by Sinclair.
And I think just there's been times where they've moved the ball super quick, Greensborough, and it looks like it's almost no opposition would be able to stop them on transition. I feel as though if there's more consistency in that in their game throughout the year, 100% they'll play finals and potentially challenge for the flag.
Ethan Luke's taken a second bounce. He's all on his own on the outer wing. Now stops and sends it high towards the McCubbin direction. It's just going to bounce in front of him. In fact, it was too wide for anybody. And it's going to be out of bounds on a full 23 and a half minutes into this final term. It is full time at Layla Reserve. Eppings 15-17, 107. Layla 8-56. And there's going to be another free kick won by Greensborough inside forward 50. Malloy, the one giving it away, so a chance for the Borough once again through McCubbin.
Yeah, it was a holding the ball free kick. The Eltham defender just tried to take on Zach McCubbin, and McCubbin won out. He's going to be deep in that left forward pocket. We saw him kick one from a similar position in the third quarter at the other side of the ground. And now he's lining up. He's gone back confidently once again. Kicked 3 goals, 2 today. Has Zach McCubbin, as we said, brought up 100 goals for the Greensborough Footy Club. And sends another one on its way. Just going to tumble forward, and it's going to fade out to the left. So it's 3 goals, 3 for Zach McCubbin today in his return to War Memorial Park. And it looks to be a good start to what will be an important season for Zach McCubbin as a focal part of that Greensborough forward line.
Quainer to Culligan to Valance. They're just still trying to take this game on to their credit at Eltham. They will not give up the contest at all. Ayres to Montanaro. Kick misses Byron, though, and it'll be rebounded again by the Borough, and they'll use the corridor. kick works for Benjamin Fisher. I'll switch it towards the outer side. Bowes doesn't get the mark, but has ample time just to slow things down. Goes down the line towards Zach Hart and takes a good mark in front of Malloy. Slow to his feet, as I'm sure many of his teammates will be after a hot and tiring clash today. Hart, with pretty much the entire team in front of him, decides to go back to Stellis, and they'll look to transition because they've got numbers out. This is a chance for Lawler to swing it across. Johnson's the option on the centre wing and just takes their time and eventually gets to Johnson at centre wing. Captain can definitely hold his head up high. A fantastic performance from him today. Johnston called to play on. Just going to chip this one, and he finds Fitzgerald. In just his second senior game today, Martin Fitzgerald. A 19-year-old is just going to chip it around, and I'll just take some time off the clock. Lawler to Stellis. He drops the mark, but again, no Eltham players near him, so no need to panic. And they've transitioned from one end to the other in terms of both wings a few times, and they've still got the football in hand. This is Luke, who will chip it inside, and the slow build-up, well, it almost worked. Snell got in front. Greensborough looking to keep it forward, but the boundary line beats all comers, and we'll have a boundary throw-in with, you'd think, not a lot of time left in this game. 26 and a quarter minutes. It's Greensborough 14-19, 103. Eltham 9-6-60.
So Evans going to lead his opponents in this ruck contest, gets the tap down, and brought down as he kicks as the Eltham defender, but can't find a target. It's Bowes who shrugs a couple of tackles and gets a handball over to Luke, who will send it inside the forward 50 to McCubbin. Just handballs one over the top, over his head, and it is going to work for the Borough. It is going to be Ferranato kicking his fourth goal of the day. Daniel Ferranato, he's had a day out, delayed inclusion. He's going to be the leading goal kicker for this afternoon at War Memorial Park. He's got 4. And that'd almost wrap up best on ground on, as I'd say. It's going to be very close, but 4 goals to Daniel Ferranato. It's been a brilliant performance for this Greensborough side and just another attacking weapon for them this season.
15-19, 109. Greensborough, Eltham 9-6-60. 27 and a quarter minutes into this last quarter. And, well, in the moments that mattered, you just felt like Greensborough were able to get the job done. They were winning those 50-50s really well, and they're going to come home with, or get 4 points in the opening game of the season. McFawn out of the ruck, wanted to give it off, but decided to kick it himself eventually. Goes inside, goes past the entire pack. Snell gets the handball away, just a bit hot for Furlong, but was able to get hands to it eventually over to Glasgow, and he's able to find a teammate, and now a chance here for Eltham. They look through the middle of the ground. That kick, well, trying to take the game on. It hasn't quite worked for him in this final term. And that is the siren. A fantastic victory for Greensborough. Brilliant effort from them throughout the entire 4 quarters, albeit, apart from maybe some patches in the first and second term, the Borough really did dominate this contest. And they kick off Good Friday with a very good win. They finish 15-19, 109. Eltham 9-6-60. And a great hit out for both sides in what was blistering heat in the end, really, as you would probably think from both players, really feeling it in the latter stages of the game. But nonetheless, an important result for the Borough. 49-point winners in the end. 4 goals to Daniel Ferranato, 2 goals apiece to Ethan Luke, Zach McCubbin, Jamie Smith and Brodie Glennon, and singles to Tom Brindley and Harrison Andronacco. Meanwhile, for Eltham, it was still at 3 goals for Matthew Byrne, which ended up being their best in terms of goals kicked. Singles then became relevant for Avila Chocker, Jason McCormick, Sebastian Malloy, James Minahan, and David Evans. And, well, boys, I mean,